Good afternoon. Jerome Scott here, the insurance guy, here today. And a few things that I need to get out the way. House cleaning, as they say. Make sure that you've gone to the restroom before this all starts. So you want to go straight through. But I don't want to forget to say I appreciate Jay Renee and Creative Studios for being here today. Because if they weren't, I'd have to do this on my own. And using the iPhone. Anybody do that? And also, I want to make mention, and if I haven't done it before, I want to make mention Creative Studios does quite a bit with events, all types of events. So you need to give them a call and find out what they will or will not do. I don't think there's anything they won't do besides the parties and. Certainly, I believe I don't think they've done a funeral yet, but they could certainly do that. Children's shows, things of that nature, but certainly that's something that you want to consider. And also, we don't want to forget Mo, who does a lot of the PR and so forth. But certainly, we want to make sure that you know that you can get these podcasts on YouTube and just put in my name. The insurance guy, or Jerome Scott, and they'll pop up. And do not forget about my book. My book is out there. I want to make sure that you know that you can purchase a book on Amazon. Just put my name in, and or the insurance guy, that'll pop up. So that's important. Well, today I have with me Sylvia Glanton.
Yes, hello.
Hello. And wanted to say thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome.
It's important that you did stop by, and I wanted to make sure it got out there. Now, she is the executive director. She owns the thing. We're talking about the idea of Future Rich Aunties.
Yes.
And she does a lot with them. And I often wonder, because we know something's coming up, and I want you to talk about it, but are there any future rich uncles out there? I didn't know.
It is. So we actually
I was just kidding. They are.
Yeah. So we have one, we have a chapter, I'm going to say. It's ran by Sam Gordon. So Sam Gordon is the creator, and he runs that community. So it's Future Rich Uncles. We have a Facebook group. We have our website going. Okay. So just trying to get people to show up in that space, since men are always saying, look, he's surprised.
Yeah, I am. Now, we know the women will show, but the men don't show.
Men don't show. He's been trying now for quite a while, just trying to get people to come and meet, because they're going to focus on wealth building. So creating trust and wills and things like that. Sure. And that's pretty much their area of expertise.
Now, we're going to get to you, but when do they meet? Do you happen to know, or is it in the city? Where is this place at?
So he pretty much, I know the last time they met downtown at Taste of West Africa. And so one person showed up after, I put him in a group chat, and it was probably like 10 people. And I think one person showed up out of the 10 people. So it's kind of disheartening, I would say, trying to start from the ground up and build a community. But I see men see what Future Rich Aunties have done, and they're like, I want to be a part of that. And it's like, we're creating it, but nobody's showing up. So.
Well, I can say this to you that are looking at this today, or anytime for that matter. If you have some questions that do not get answered, or you have questions, period, by all means, give me a call at my office, 487-0044. Come by my office on Yadkin Road, and certainly say what give a question as what you want to know about, and we'll research it and get it to you. Mm-hmm. So let's get to the Rich Aunties. Tell me a little bit about that. Yes.
So Future Rich Aunties have been around now almost 5 years. So we have our next event coming up in March. So it's March 27th through the 28th, and it's the FRA 2026 Built for This. And so the goal for that is to show women that they're actually built for the lifestyle they want. A lot of it is women are lacking confidence to show up in these spaces. So making sure they have the confidence and that they have the tools and resources. And so that's what the event is all about.
Okay. Now, you say they lack the confidence. I guess the question in my mind is women have no problem in getting together and sharing stuff.
It's hard though. It's hard amongst, I would say it's hard in some spaces. Being in Fayetteville has been one of those things that's hard for people because sometimes it's a popularity contest. Another time it's based off of who you know. And so when I came back to Fayetteville in 2021, my main goal was to make sure that the people who didn't feel seen, they had an opportunity to feel seen. And so that's what birthed the Future Rich Aunties community.
All right. So that's that's going on in our community, and it's really a detriment.
It is because I think we lack the ability to work together without trying to cut each other off or cut each other's hand. And so then it's just like you want to work with each other, but it's like, where is a safe space, right? And so if we don't have a safe space to grow and thrive, then it's like, okay, I'm going back into my little shell because I can't prosper here. And I think a lot of times that's what happens to women in business here in the city. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And again, that's a detriment. It really is. It slows progress.
Yep.
It slows progress.
Yeah.
I know that speaking, in those terms also, when I work with business owners in this, in any field, but what will happen is they want to start something. They want to talk to someone in the city, and they're afraid to go to that person in the city. So I recommend to them that they go someplace else, like Raleigh or Sanford, and get that like person to give them advice. And that person in that area will readily impart knowledge to them.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, you try to figure out, why was it so easy for them to go to another location, another city, and actually get the information when that person here could do the same thing for them? Competition, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't figured it out. I'll tell you, I was trying to figure out for my business, because the most important thing for business is revenue, right? So if you don't have the revenue, then you're trying to figure things out. And so one of the things I wanted to do is figure out, how can I get the office that I have to pay for itself? And I wouldn't say for like months, I couldn't figure it out. So there was times where I couldn't pay my rent and all those things, right? And so my cousin ended up calling me. He was like, hey, I have somebody that you can talk to in Georgia that may be able to help you solve that problem. So it actually took me going outside of my current network to find an opportunity to allow me to bring more revenue into my business to cover the cost of the space. And so now I'm at a better point where that's actually happening. But had I sat around here, I probably would have lost my office. I would have lost, some things that I worked hard for. And I don't know why it's like that here.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to kill myself trying to figure it out.
Right.
Like you said, I'm going to go to some other areas. I'm going to apply for some opportunities outside of the area and just find other ways to grow my business without depending on the local traffic.
Right. There's not a
women in business
office downtown or entity downtown that can get you to follow the steps or of any sort.
I wish it was. I think you kind of hitting that one, but I wish it was. I mean, I'm not going to say that completely because I have worked with the particular organization that you're talking about. But for me, it was about creating something that wasn't cookie cutter, right?
Right.
So everything is not a one size fits all, and I think that people should be able to speak from experience versus just talking, right? And so for me, I've been in business for 8 years, and so I feel like my experience that I bring to the table brings something different, and it also allows people to make progress, and they're able to see from a real life experience, not me giving you a booklet or telling you to go to this website. It's really being able to speak from experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, at this event that you're going to have, is it a one day, half a day, full weekend? What are we doing?
So I just turned 35 this year, and I realized that my bedtime is 8:00.
8:00.
And I also realized that I can't do a 3-day event like I tried to do one year.
Okay.
So we were really tired. We had like VIP night that time, and everybody would sleep at 8:00. So I said, yeah, I'm not doing this again.
My goodness. All right.
Yeah. So this year is actually 2 days. Our first day is focusing on resourcing vendors. So we do want to bring community partners, and we also want to bring retail boutique owners that people can actually come and shop. And so we actually did something different this year. Day one is open to the public. So that means you don't have to have a ticket to come. You can come and shop. The only fees are for the vendors. And outside of that, on day 2, we have it set up to where it's going to be workshops and a gala.
Okay.
Yeah.
What type of workshops are you going to have there, Sylvia?
So we had over 12 people apply to speak. We put and this is another thing, going outside of your current market. I only had 2 people from Fayetteville apply to speak, right? So I ended up having to share this opportunity on LinkedIn, and that's where we're able to get a lot of our speakers from. So we do have someone coming in from Indianapolis. She focuses on marketing. We have Tiffany Haywood. She's here in Fayetteville, so she's going to be one of our speakers. And we have someone covering grants and how to apply for grants using AI. So a lot of different topics that's going to be able to help people move their business forward. And marketing is really the biggest one, because you are not a business without visibility. So we want to make sure we really drill that on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, the vendors, you said there was no cost for a vendor to come in, or is there a cost?
So there is a cost for the vendors. Just if we have people come into the event, then there's no cost.
No cost.
So like if they want to come and shop and see the resources, they don't have to pay. Vendor fees are actually only $50 for that one day. If they want to attend the entire event as a vendor, it's $149.
You might want to repeat that for some vendors. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I would say after 5 years, I had to gather data and information to figure out what works best for the community. I've done this enough times. I've failed enough times to realize that people need access and they want opportunities. And so in order for me to be able to provide access to opportunity, I'm like, okay, I'll just charge the vendors $50, because you think about the inventory and the overhead that they have coming to events. So I really took that into consideration this year. And what if they don't want to come to the whole event? Let's just get them where they can come in and get in front of people. So that's what my thought process was.
Well, the other thing about that also, and I know you realize that those vendor fees, whether we talk about $150 or $200, that's tax deductible.
Yep, it is.
You need to just go ahead and do it.
But you know what? A lot of people, business owners, don't consider the term that I use a lot is like buying their time back or investing in things that's going to allow them to buy their time back.
Right.
So when you think about, okay, if I'm coming to be a vendor at this event, you want to go ahead and mark out what's going to be the most profitable for you. Like how can you make this the best, I guess, ideal outcome for you. So you set sales goals, and some people don't do that. They just come and they sit behind their tables and they don't talk to people. And it's just like, how can you make money if that's the energy you bring to?
Very important, because you've got to get out and actually mingle with the people. Mingle with the people. That's important. I can remember a time that I did some things with, what's the event at the end of the year for Christmas, the big, it skips me right now. I'm trying to think what it is. It's the Christmas at the season they bring at the crown.
Okay.
And what is it?
Oh, holiday fair?
Holiday. Yeah, the holiday fair. Yeah, holiday fair. Thank you. Producers telling me what it is. And that's important. Yeah. Producers, stick your head in any time. So, again, the holiday fair. And it was kind of interesting because my son-in-law is involved, or was involved in bow ties. I just happen to have on one now. Yeah. And I wear them quite a bit. But my point is, I told him I would help him out. So I went to I went out there, and I could have been behind the booth. But actually, I was walking around, and I got more people to buy bow ties at his table because I was walking around with one. And at that event, oddly enough, men were not vendors. Yeah, we were the only vendors out there for men. And actually, we sold, or I should say he sold, a bunch of bow ties to women.
Oh, wow, for their husbands.
Because of that. And to this day, they still asked him, "Are you going to ever come back?" To sell. So I hope he doesn't, because I don't need to go out there and wear any more bow ties.
You walking advertisement.
Yeah,
okay.
walking advertisement. What are do you have some keynote sessions that are going to be happening out there now? What are you going to do? Would you repeat or say something about the keynote sessions?
Yeah. So we have Kristen Miller. So when I said we have 2 speakers that apply for being speakers at the event. So we have Kristen Miller. She owns Felt. And so she actually has really a lot of experience when it comes to grants and applying for grants. I want to say last year she said she won like $30,000 in grants. And so she's going to teach the audience how to apply for those grants using AI. So that's one thing that I'm excited about. We have another young lady that is going to come in and teach AI. AI is taking over. So if it's like if you're not using AI or you're not tapping into it to be more efficient and using it as a tool, then you're kind of slowing yourself down because everybody else is moving faster.
Right.
And so really just making sure that we focus on that. I do have, I'm really excited about this. I have a vendor. The U.S. Army is going to be there as well as vendors.
You're excited about the Army coming?
I'm excited because I'm a veteran. Right?
Okay.
So for me, that was an opportunity for me to get out of Fayetteville, right? And so being able to be in a position to have the military come and talk about the experiences or talk about particularly, life-changing opportunities is what I'm excited about the most, because I didn't have any discipline. In order for me to get discipline and get to where I am, I had to leave Fayetteville.
Okay.
Because I had a car when I was 15. Right. So I literally had everything I needed. I had an apartment when I was 17, my own apartment. I was still in high school. So I had to leave. And so me asking the Army to come, the recruiter that's there is actually my battle buddy from basic training. So for me, it was a full circle moment to be able to present this opportunity to my community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super. All right. Good. Anyone else?
Yeah. So, like I said, we have.
This is your opportunity.
I know. Look, we have. I'm trying to think of what other speakers we have. Most of them are like self-improvement. We have one lady named Monifa. She's coming from Durham, and she's going to be talking about. Well, she's our host for VIP night, and so our theme for VIP night is "Girl, Get Your Glow Back." And the reason why I picked her for this particular segment, and she talks about it on LinkedIn, how she was divorced and it was embarrassing for her because she was married for 13 years, being a business owner. And sometimes it looks like you have everything together. Yeah. And so for her to have to rebuild herself after that, that was a pivotal moment for her in her career. So I felt like that was only fitting for her to come and talk to us about getting our glow back. Right. So we have a couple workshops. We have fireside chats going on. We also are partnering with other networking, women networking, I would say, whatever, like communities. Right. And so one particular is like their name is like, I can't remember what it is now, but she's changing it to the Den. And so our goal is to pretty much give her own space within the community or the event to do her own networking.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, keep your thoughts going there, Sylvia. I guess what I want to say here is the fact that it appears and that you have a lot going on at this conference. And I don't know if 2 days, and probably not full days, is going to be enough or should be enough. And I can understand you not wanting to do a full weekend or a full week, but I don't know. Maybe you should have a part 1 and a part 2 part 1 at the beginning of the month and part 2 at the end of the month.
Well, some people are like, "Are you going to do a summer event?" And I'll tell you a little bit more in depth about like how we structure everything. And so with Future Rich Aunties, we do have a paid membership. And so with our paid membership, they come in at different levels. So depending on what kind of business they have or where they are in their business, they'll start at the Future. And then we have the Visionary, which is kind of like mid-level. They're doing good, but need more visibility or need more assistance. And then we have our Innovator tier, which is pretty much like our premium level. And so those women are coming in. They're ready for government contracting. They're ready for partnerships. They're ready to build their teams. And so we try to serve women at every level. And in addition to us having the memberships, we have micro events. So not only do we have this big event that we do every year, we try to do events each month to bring more people together, introduce more people to the community.
All right, super. Yeah. It comes to mind, I'm giving somebody some, and I don't mind doing it, but we got Tiffany, it was we work together. In fact, she's gotten, I'm sure, some techniques from me. Yeah, and I need to send her an invoice. But then there's the one Mo. Has Mo said anything? Have you talked to her at all, Shadana McFall?
I have not.
She's got some tech. She's gotten me out there. She's got me on Sherry Shepherd and also a few other shows, Tamara Hall. Yeah. So she's done some things. So she knows some techniques. You need to
some PR tip.
Yeah, she needs to do that. Talk about getting my name out there. She's done that. That's important. But I need to kind of pull her chain a little bit to come by and see you on things like that. And as it relates to you had someone from Durham coming in. Who was that again?
So her name is Monifa Robinson.
Okay.
And some of these ladies I've never met, and like this is our first time. The Future Rich Aunties 2026 built for this is our first introduction to one another. And so my goal long term is to introduce FRA into these other areas. So Durham, Indianapolis, whatever areas these ladies come from. And so that's pretty much going to be the conversation once we get done. Okay. We want to be able to expand outside of our current market.
Okay. Will you be meeting with these presenters before the meeting just to get a handle on just kind of a get together and get a handle on what their feel is about? And so you'll be doing that.
So logistically right now we're communicating with everybody. So pretty much getting everybody on the calendar and make sure if they have any questions, they can get their questions answered, and then providing run sheets for the event. So so everybody will know placement and what they're supposed to be doing. And
maybe make an hour where the public can come in and meet these people on a one-on-one. Will that be done?
So that's going to be possible on day one. So all of the speakers will have their own vendor table. So they'll get to meet them. Day two is going to be more of a VIP experience, one-on-one for those VIP ticket holders to meet the speakers and kind of have that one-on-one time.
Right.
But if anybody's interested in coming to meet the speakers beforehand, they can come and meet them on day one.
Okay. All right. And that's included in the tickets or whatever you've come in. So when you come in, you can have at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Okay, that's great. Anything else that comes to mind there?
I would say, because you mentioned like PR and marketing and visibility, I would say one thing that I have done, I think a really good job at is visibility for the FRA community. I'll tell you why. I believe it was like December 23rd, I get this random notification and somebody joined the FRA community. And I didn't think twice about it because I'm like, well, maybe somebody referred them over to us.
Okay.
Now, the thing is we have different price points when it comes to our memberships. We have our $99, $399, and then $799. Now, that was last year's price. You know what they say, yesterday's price is not today's price?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so this lady actually signed up for the $399 tier, and I didn't know her. I ended up asking her, like, well, how did you find us? And she was like, well, I'm not even on social media like that. And she was like, I just so happen, and when I do get on there, I see you all, so I joined. And so, I pride myself on making sure that I use every piece of the internet as digital real estate. So, that's creating my own PR opportunities, doing my own articles, contacting whoever I need to contact.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we try to focus on.
Okay.
And that's what has helped us, stay around for so long.
Well, that makes me go to when you say who we are, Future Rich Aunties, the global reach for this organization is global.
Yes.
Yes. And so anyone out wherever can actually come and actually be a part. And that's pretty important. So you pull on their expertise also.
And one of the things that we do is all of the members, if they sign up to be a member, we position them as authority figures. And so we bring them in to teach classes for us as well and turn them into master classes as well. So try to provide as many opportunities as we can.
A lot of the values that the women have are really shared in a sense, but as you said earlier, some do not want to actually sit down and speak to each other about that? How do you pull this out of them?
Surveys.
Okay.
So we do a lot of surveying. We do a lot of touch points. We have a Facebook group that we post on. We do a lot of polls there. It's kind of crazy because sometimes I'm like, okay, well, people are quiet, but then I meet them or we go to events and they're like, hey, I need help. And it's like, I would have never known that had we not had this opportunity to talk. So just trying to create as many check-in points as possible to figure out who needs what and what they need help with.
We talk about this thing about Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever end you're talking about, and it can be good, it can be bad, because you probably get more of a return when you're one-on-one. In a sense. I think go ahead, disagree.
I'm partial. So I'm going to say, for me, it's more so about understanding what people need and then being able to serve on a larger mass, right? So it's easy for somebody to come to me and say, hey, Sylvia, I need help with my business, and me to try to sit down with them one-on-one when I sometimes don't have the capacity for one-on-one versus recording a YouTube video answering their questions. So that's kind of how I take things.
Okay.
And so if they did want to do a one-on-one, the one-on-ones are pretty much paid calls.
I hear you. I know. You got to get a return. I understand that. But I guess something about this one-on-one. I'm dating myself. It's just important that I be able to look that person in the eye.
It's important, though.
Yeah. And I think that's where our kids are missing it. And they want to do everything on Facebook or type online and my goodness, you miss the opportunity.
Millennials,
yeah. They so at any rate.
No, I agree to a certain extent, because I know that for me, it has been a growing pain.
Right.
In my business. So it's like, you get to a certain point and it's like you don't have the capacity for one-on-one, but you know that that's what people want. So it's about adjusting to your audience and how they see you. So I've been doing a little bit of adjusting.
Yeah.
I had a one-on-one call this morning.
Now, you can take care of more people with that. I agree.
Yeah.
But again, it's something. I mean, if I'm going to fight somebody, we're going to have a knockdown fight one-on-one. Yeah. So online, all you can do is hit the delete button and they're gone. Yeah. Yeah, that would be it. So, okay. Again, how do you get that supportive environment going with them? Are you communicating with them at particular times, or do you match people up at any time?
So we have pretty much how we have been doing, like, accountability partners. So depending on what kind of business they have, they'll work together. A lot of our members work together. They do, like Jay works with King Bee Creations. A lot of times it's more so about us collaborating. And so our slogan is no competition, just commas. And so we focus on how can we work together and bridge that gap. We have a member directory on our website, so we're able to see, all of the members that we have and what they do. But for the most part, like I said, we have our Facebook group where they gather, when we pretty much are able to talk during the events.
Okay. Yeah. Do you find many of the members, when they come in, they have these goals, whether it be 1 or 100 goals, but they're not written down? How do you get people to write this stuff down? Because if it's not written down, all you got is a wish.
Right. Yep. So we actually start, one tool that I use and I recommend to the community is called Trello. And so we start there because Trello is a project management tool and it allows you to do brain dumps. So as you're thinking about all the things that you want to do for your business, you got to put that information somewhere so then that way you can act on it.
Right.
And so with Trello, they end up doing the brain dump there and then they're able to organize their thoughts. And so as we think about what they need in their business, we're able to match them up with different tools and resources. And so we have over about 60 partners or so that I refer them to, whether that's for payroll or handling their teams. And so just trying to make sure we maintain those relationships.
Okay. Let's look at a couple things. I did write this down a little earlier, and I tried to give myself a little form here, but is this event worth the time? In other words, I'm coming. Is it going to be worth my time to attend this conference?
I would say yes, because like I said, a lot of what we have been doing have been life changing. A lot of it is giving women the confidence to show up for their business. That's one thing that people say before they join is like, I just want to be confident. And that's what they get when they look at Future Rich Aunties. Some people are like, oh, I don't know if I'm worthy to come in the room. It's like, we want everybody to come.
Sure.
Right? Everybody that's ready for the information,
right.
Everybody that's ready for the transformation. Because that's the end goal, is transforming people. And so to toot my own horn a little bit.
Okay, toot it. Go ahead.
I have some stats for you. And so, being that when I return back to Fayetteville, my main goal was to help businesses. And so since I've helped them access over $1 million in funding, right? So whether that's funding through government contracting, whether that's getting business credit, access to funding, those are the things that I focus on for the people that I encounter. It's just making sure they have something measurable once they leave.
So they need to know that they're not the only stupid person that's coming.
Right. It's more people. It's more people that are not confident. Like right.
All right. My producer is laughing at me again. She always does that. I don't know.
But there's no stupid question either.
There isn't. It's just stupid people. I understand. Okay. That leads into this question. Okay. Who should attend?
Okay.
And if you're stupid, don't come. But
stay home.
Just stay home. But who should attend?
So we want those professional-minded women to come. Like I said, day one is open to the public. So if the fellas want to come, they probably can check out the Future Rich Uncles. But day one is open to the public. But day two, we want professional women, whether you work for a corporate company or whether or not you have your own business. The reason why we do it that way is because we want to bridge the gap. There's opportunities within other organizations for business owners to be able to partner or get a contract. And so in order for us to do that, we have to put those people in the same room with each other.
So you have professional women that come. That's great.
Yep.
Now, there could be an opportunity there to have professional single men to come and see if they can marry up with somebody.
They've been trying.
Okay. So there are some possibilities there.
They've been trying. It was like, shoot, I want to be in the room too. So they've been trying ever since we started.
Okay. So this goes to my other question here. What will I walk away with? Well, you might walk away with a man, but let's leave that one alone. What will they walk away with?
So some tangible things that we do give them to walk away with. Vendors, they have a vendor checklist. So pretty much a list that they can take with them moving forward, and they can use it for every event that they're in. We're also going to give them different AI tools that they'll be able to walk away from, over 50 or 60 different tools there. And then also those relationships. Like last year, some of our members were able to connect with a company called NC Growth, which is based out of Raleigh, Durham, and they do technical assistance for businesses.
Is that Raleigh or Raleigh? No, okay, there you go.
Raleigh.
Raleigh. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So,
okay.
So NC Growth is they're also a member of our community as well. One of the representatives there, and so we have leveraged her to help our members. And so one of the members I was talking to the other day was like they were still working with them, and I was like, dang, okay. And then we also have the executive director at Lamont is a Future Rich Aunties member.
Really?
We have someone at PwC.
She's coming on.
Yep.
She will be with me. I can't tell you what date.
Yeah.
But is she going to be worth talking to?
Janelle Geddes is dope. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Dr. Janelle Geddes. Yeah. So she actually provided us swag bag items last year. That was really cool. Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to that. Producer, she is coming on. This is another lady that's moving and shaking in this area.
Jay worked with her too.
Really? Son of a gun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I shouldn't have her on because she already knows her. But at any rate.
So that's a lot of the ladies that you encounter in the community. Some of them, I'm not going to say a lot because that's, but most of them are FRA members.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't even, yeah.
Do they have a sweatshirt or pants that will show that they're FRA members or anything?
So we have shirts. We have shirts, and we haven't really pushed our merch like that. So this year, I want to do that at the event and have merch and things because we never even have our own table at the event. We're just kind of running around. But this year, I want it to be different. I want it to feel. I want to bring the Raleigh conference vibes to Fayetteville. Yeah.
All right, that's good. Okay. You know, I made a note here. Economics should be the new Black power.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been our focus is economic development. I believe that even with the right tools and resources, if we don't have the mindset to get out of what we're currently in, then it doesn't do any justice.
Is the group, and I know you, but the thought here of working with us as individuals, that seems to be a thrust that we've gotten away from. You know, and how do you feel about that? Is that something that we really need to get on our horses and start doing?
Working with individuals?
Working with us as individuals.
And us
minorities. Blacks.
Oh.
A little deep.
It is a little deep, and the only reason why it's deep is because we got to learn to work better together. Yes,
that's important.
Yeah,
very important.
A lot of times I think that people start counting people's pockets instead of focusing on the mission. And so if you're counting people's pockets, you can't focus on the mission because you're too busy being blinded by money, right?
Right.
And so, that's kind of my.
Yeah, I hear you. I got you. It's important. It's important. You know, think about the area also. When we talk about the area.
Yeah.
Have you spent any time in Atlanta?
So I actually lived in Atlanta from 2014 to 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta on several occasions. And it's kind of interesting when you walk into a restaurant, a bank, or any building, you'll see us at the table.
Yeah.
And it should not come as a surprise, but if you're new at this, you'll certainly jerk your head back a few times. You see, I want to see the vice president, and here comes this male or female up, and he's a person of color.
Yeah.
And you say, I really want to see a manager. You know, so it's really something else. But we need to do better about working with us as individuals. So that's important.
And that's what made me come back and try to set that tone. So I came back in 2021. The first Future Rich Aunties event was in 2022. And so we had valet, we had the VIP. So it was like one of those things where I'm used to going to restaurants in Atlanta and having to pay somebody to park their car, or going to a sushi restaurant, or doing different things like that. And I didn't grow up seeing that. I grew up seeing drug dealers and drug dealer baby mamas and things like that. And so it was definitely different for me to go to Atlanta and see that. And even now when I go back and visit, it's like, oh my God, I want to come back.
Yeah.
But I know that here I have a mission, because I wouldn't have came back if it wasn't for a bigger purpose or cause.
Well, the thing there, what you've said and what I've kind of hinted around, and the fact is we can have that right here in Cumberland County.
Yep.
And we just need a few people. We need everybody on board, but we need a few people like you to get out there and take the lead and do some things. So you're not a pioneer. In a sense. Yes, you are.
That's all I say. Wait a minute now.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So I commend you for all that you've done, that you're doing.
Thank you.
I commend you for your steadfastness and also being a cheerleader for those out there that need to have a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And I think we all need someone with us, behind us, in front of us, on top of us. And you happen to be that person.
Yeah, it was so shocking. The other night I went to bingo. And I was talking to a lady who had never met me before. And I was just casually talking, just telling her some of the things that I've done. And she was, ooh, ah. And it was just one of those things that I hadn't experienced in a while, because I've been keeping my head down and not really paying attention to the accolades or anything like that. And so for me, it's really important for people to see me and to see, the things that I've been able to accomplish, regardless of money, because money is money, right? You want to be able to generate revenue, but also you want to have that determination to keep going, even when that's not the case, or you're not generating revenue. And so one of the things that we did to elevate what we are doing with Future Rich Aunties is we now have a nonprofit leg. And so we have the Future Rich Aunties Global Impact. And that community actually serves kids ages 14 to 21. And so we're focusing on the generation that's coming after us, because I know how pivotal age 14 is, especially in a city like Fayetteville.
Right.
So we want to bring them in and help them with professional development, the resume, and also making sure that they understand finances.
Good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I think this certainly comes to a close to some degree. It's not by no means a closed chapter, because Future Rich Aunties is an organization that's doomed to grow. It's destined to grow, not doomed to grow, but destined to grow, and it's growing. Yes. So that's important from that standpoint. I'm going to give you I think possibly the last word here. Possibly, is there anything that you'd like to say when you sign off here? Anything at all?
I just want everyone to go to www.futurerichaunties.com. That's where you'll find more information about the organization, and also Google us, because when you were talking at the beginning and you were talking about going on the website and typing in the insurance guy, I was going to say, he mean Google him. That's what he meant.
That's what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know this stuff. No. But Google me.
Yes,
Google
yes.
Me.
And then you can find me too. My name is Sylvia Glanton on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, everywhere. So, yeah.
So when you go in to check your mail, you have to check all those places, right?
Yep, I do.
That's why I don't answer mail, because somebody says the other day, I wrote you, and I said, I don't know when you... Well, I said, I don't check all those places. Yep. My goodness. Why don't you just call me? Call me. That's all you need to do is call me. And but you've got it all covered.
I do. I use an all-in-one system, so it helps me keep track of everything.
Well, I thank you for stopping by.
You're
I really
welcome.
do. And we'll keep track of you and where you're going. And I guess what I need to do is Google you and send you a note. So I want to end today, and I guess was one thing I wanted to say, and last thing I'd like to say, thank you for tuning in today. But this has been session 2, episode 1.
Okay.
And I wrote that down for a purpose, because I thought it would be good for me to know. I had session 1, and I think there are 16 or 17 episodes on that. And
episode 10, this will be your episode 18 right here.
18? Well, they're telling me I got 18. And guess what? They're all good. They're excellent. In fact, sometimes I'll look at them just to see if I can get better at something. How did I do today? Did I do good?
Yeah.
Very good. I got a very good...
a little bit with Sylvia right here.
Yeah, I tell you. But this has been a kick for me to get her to myself, to ask her some things, because when you go to the office, you'll go, but you may not see her. And I mean, she's got things going all over the place, and calls are coming in, and
I
she's
think he came to my
person.
office 2 times and I wasn't there.
What can I say? She's a busy lady, but I keep coming back.
Yeah.
But she is a thrill to speak with. She's a thrill to just interact with, and just to see her motion. And it's just been great. And with that being said, I'm going to tune out at this particular point. This is the insurance guy with
Sylvia Glanton.
Google us.
Yeah, just Google us. Go to Google.
Thank you. Take care.